So this is my amazing model Alice. So she's actually the same model that I had on the day of my shoot, and we're going to be recreating the color that we did on her hair. This is the image here that we did of her, and we're going to be shooting it for you guys. So we're going to go through and do the exact same color formula that we did. Luckily, I've got a really perfect base to start with here. So we're doing 3 different formulas for the 3 different sections of the color. So on the day I did a bit of like a vibrant pastel root. So we're going to be going through and doing that first. Then we're going to go in and add this maroon, pinky, red sort of color through the midsection, and then some darker, ashier tips. Okay, so I've just mixed up my color and we're going to start applying. So my formula just for this root section is 25 grams of lilac, not even 1 gram of 066, and the tiniest little scrape in the bowl of 055, all with 1.5%. Okay, so we're going to just start going through and applying. It's a pretty straightforward application at this point. We are going to have to be a bit more specific as we start adding the other color layers into it, but we're just going to be going through basically like a 1 to 2 centimeter root, and we do want it to be somewhat of a harsh line when we're applying the color. So just try and keep your line nice and straight when you're applying, but we can level this out a little bit more when we're coming in with our next formula. So I've just finished applying all of the roots and that's processing really nicely. I'm just going to go mix up the color for our midsection because that's the next step in the color application. So now we're going to apply the mid-length section, which is the second part of the color. We're doing a contrasting maroon color. So I've mixed up in my bowl 25 grams of 5.6, 5 grams of 5.555, and 3 grams of 4.66. So I've just gone through and applied all of that midsection, and I want to let that process and see all of these lines come forward before I go and finish the colour and put the ends on. Okay, so Alice's colour has all been processed and washed. When we were at the basin, we applied the colour to the ends. So all three formulas have been applied and processed. The ends formula was just 4.0 and 1.5% left on for about 10 minutes, just to deepen and darken those ends. So we're going to go through and dry it all now and get it styled ready for shooting. Okay, so we're going to be recreating the same style that we did for my collection image, which is this one here, just to remind you. So a hero product in creating this is the Tonic from O&M. So we're going to spray this all throughout. It's just going to act as a little bit of like a foundation to keep it all in place. The style is just going to be parted down the middle, blow dried really nice and smooth with a slight curve to give a really nice shape when we shoot it from the front. So this one you definitely want to use, and then we're going to finish with the Queenie just to set it all in place. So combing through the product is super important, especially when you're using it as a foundation product. It needs to be evenly throughout the hair, and then you can apply in any extra areas where you need to. I'm going to just do I've done a light spray throughout while the hair's damp. I might reapply when it's a little bit more drier, but just an even layer all throughout and make sure it's combed through. A really good tip to keep in mind when you're doing a style like this is to get your parting and everything set before you start drying. So making sure, especially when you're doing a center part, really make sure that you've got that perfect so that when you start drying that in, it's going to be set from the get-go. And then as we're drying, I am sort of roughly drying it through, but also making sure that I'm keeping the shape in mind and I'm not going to overly frizz the hair. I'm not going to dry it any direction that it's not going to be going in for the final look. So now we've finished the full blow dry. I am really liking the shape that's been set in, and I'm just going to use minimal product, just a little bit of Queenie hairspray over the top just to lock in all of those flyaways and make sure everything looks really perfect when we're shooting it, because any little flyaways you're going to catch on camera. But overall, I'm really happy with the shape. The Tonic has really helped to just set that in, keep it all sitting nice and neat. And yeah, we're ready to start shooting. So we're now shooting Alice's look. So what's really important to do when you've completed your look and you're going to be shooting it, you want to make sure that you're on set watching everything that's happening. Looking at how the hair is sitting, seeing if anything's falling out of place, checking the back of the camera, like the previews, to see if it looks how you want it to. Get your base idea shot, and then you can start to experiment. So I really love the way that this image is looking, but I don't love the way that the hair is sitting necessarily. So we want to basically recreate this. Everything's looking great. We just want to make sure the hair is sitting perfectly. Get this line really nice and straight and really exaggerate the shape out so that the hair is the focal point of the image. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the way that this is coming together and the way that the hair is looking, the way the colour colours being shot, but really I just want to exaggerate this shape out here. I can see that this is sitting a bit flatter than what I had in mind, and I really want this shape along the bottom here to be a lot more straighter. So I'm just going to fix the hair and then try and recreate this, but everything else is looking great. The way that Alice is posing, the way the lighting looks, the makeup's looking great. We just want to tweak the hair.